Hey there fellow creators and welcome back to the channel. Today we have an exciting topic to dive into Fusion in DaVinci Resolve 18. If you are ready to take your video editing skills to the next level, then you are in the right place. In this video we will show you how to use the powerful features of Fusion and how to use it effectively to enhance your videos. So let's get started. To find the Fusion page, go down here to where it says Fusion and press on it, and then you're on. So we are first off going to start looking at the top, starting with media pool. It is the exact same. You can import your clips or your bins, which would be here, and so on. Up here you have your effects. If you press on it, you'll have loads of different ones. So usually on each page it will have its own unique effects. So you've got like those of blur ones or 3D. Next we got clips, and if you press on clips, your clips that what you've got, I've only got one for the time being, but all of them will show up down here, and you can always remove it just by pressing it again. And I usually have clips off. The next bit here is called nodes, and it is this bit right here. You can remove it by pressing this, and then if you press it again it will come back, and you can use it to make all your tools if you were to use 3D or maybe add text or blur your clip or clips. This is where you would go to do that. Now we're going to look at the notes. So this whole bit right here, we're not going to do all of them, but we're going to do a majority and just show you the basics of them. The first bit we're going to look at is called background, and if you press on it, or you can either drag it, it will show up and it should look something like this. And you can adjust a lot with it. You could adjust the size, or you can look at, there's loads of different bits. You could do the width or the height. You could burn in, you can like blend it like that. There's so much you can do. You could, lots of different modes for it and so on. You could also change the angle so it's like this, or you can move it up and down like that. And then if you press on it, so you could have moved it like that, but then now you can also do the color. So I might want to make it fully red, or maybe actually move them all like that and just see what it makes. Or I can move it a bit like this so it's yellow. And then if you go into image, you might want to add like an image as the background, so you could do that. So if you press on the fast noise bit, so it looks like that, I've got a little red outline, you can change the detail of it, or you could change the color. You can make it maybe more red, but it just looks like a little cloudy thing. You could just kind of make it gradient. It's like little clouds in a way. You can change the brightness or just contrast. But then if you press the merge button, so these just merge your clips together, so you got your media in and out, and then it puts them together. So if you have multiple on, like maybe text and then fast noise, it just puts them both together, so it's all easy. But if you press on merge one, you can change the size. So it might be that you just want, for instance, I might just want it over the loadout there, like that. But then then it could look a lot like this in front of the loadout, or you can kind of blend it a bit more, so it might not look so bad, or like blended in instead of it just being like that. Could be a little bit more see-through. So the next bit we're going to look at is text, and don't know why I did that. Just going to move this back a bit, but you can connect it, so you can bring this arrow down to, no, wait, sorry, I got it wrong. You bring this bit down to here, and then the text can show up, and then you could maybe type hello, and you could have it regular or bold. Just move it around like this. could have it big, so that you can see it goes through the text. Could make your line spacing bigger, or you can move it up and down, just so on. The next bit we're going to look at is called color corrector. The way to use it is, if you press on it, it will show up here. Then make sure that it's connected like this, and then you can change it to whatever color you want. So I might want it to be blue, so I shall move it down to the blue, and then it becomes blue. Or if I might want it to be green, I can move it to green. There is also a page for that. It's the color page. I have a video on that if you want to check it out. I'll link it in the description if you're interested. But yeah, you can just move it to whatever color you want. The next bit we're going to look at is called color curves. If you bring it down to here and make sure it's connected, it should come up. The inspector page should look a lot like this, and you can make your clips darker or brighter, or you could maybe make them more green, or more purple, or more red. Just kind of depends on what you want, but you can use either ones that you want, either of these colours, just to make your clips more cooler. The next bit we're going to look at is called hue curves. If you drag it down here and then have it so it's connected, it should look like this on the inspector page. And the way to use it is, you can press on one of these squares and then move it up or down, and then it should change the brightness. But then if you have it, let's say red, and you move it like up or down, you could do like certain reds or greens, that you can see it's turning, it's more green or blue, and just so on. The next tool we're going to look at is called brightness, and if you drag it down here and connect it, it should look like this on the inspector page, and you can make it brighter or darker, and then to reset it you just press this button here and then it fully resets. If you make it like this, you just press these buttons in the middle and then The next bit we are going to look at is blur, and if you can increase your blur size to have it like really blurry like this, or you could have it bit, or you can have it non-blurry, just depending on how you want it. The next bit we're going to look at is called merge, and if you drag it down to here, it should look like this, and it can help merge your clips together. So you might want a blur and a color corrector. You can drag them down, you can both add them in without it becoming a problem, like this. You can have all of them linked together at once. Now we're going to look at the tool resize. If you drag it down onto here, and then it should look like this, you can resize your clip. So with the width, like this, I don't know why you'd want it like that, but you know, or you could do the height. That is it, you have learnt the basics of Fusion. This video will help you get started on how to use it. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I may see you in the next one. Bye!